So today we're going to talk about healthy eating. We have already talked about exercise because we're starting with the body. So we talked about exercise, the need to exercise, and how we're going to determine to exercise more. And we've talked about sleep and needing rest. Now, those of us that are really busy, both of those things come into play. We need to exercise and we need to get more rest because we're often burning the candle at both ends. And so, also, we talked about hydration. We need to drink more water. All these are body functions and it's ways to take care of our body, but our body affects our soul and our spirit. Our soul is where our emotions dwell and our intellect and our will. So they affect one another. The body affects the soul and the soul affects the spirit and vice versa. So we wanted to talk about healthy eating because that's something that busy people often neglect. I'm not talking about like going on a diet as in losing weight, but healthy eating will cause you to lose weight. Some of the tips that I wanted to give today, just to keep us realizing that it's not that hard, just some guides and quick tips. And if you have any tips that have helped you to eat healthier, put them in the chat, even on the replay, put it in there, and we will help one another so that we can eat healthier. I know just getting tips like taking food with you, like vegetables, keeping some vegetables in the car or some nuts. And one of my friends, she always has almonds. So that's just, personal little things to help you eat healthy. And like as we talked about hydration, just little quick tips to, I even put in the group, they have an app for that. It's something to remind you to drink water. So, see, some of the things I was thinking about just as guides, and we all know this, but we're here to help one another and remind each other. And one of the things is to eat less sugar. That's my number one issue. And just to eat less sugar will cause me to feel better. And to eat less salt, it helps your blood pressure. To eat less processed foods. That's one of the ways to eat healthier, just to keep in your mind that you're going to eat less sugar, salt, processed foods, less red meats. A lot of fish and chicken is better. Um, let's see, to eat more natural foods. You can go around, as you've probably heard, the outside, the perimeter of the supermarket and do better shopping. So if you eat fresh foods, God-made foods, that is healthier for you. Um, so let's see. Another one is uh, eat before 7 or some 6. Yeah, but just finish eating earlier in the day, and then you'll have your food digested and it'll be better for you. You'll be healthier. Another tip is plan your meals. That is really helpful for me. If I think ahead of time of what I'm going to eat, then I don't deviate as much from it. And I don't get so hungry that I'm not eating right. I'm just eating junk food or something like that. Okay, and also um, journal your food intake. That's another thing that helps me a lot is to journal my food intake. Like there's a digital, you can do it online. There's an app I used to use called MyFitnessPal. So if you're somebody who likes to go online, I mean, it's no problem for you. It started to be an inconvenience for me. I'm more quick to write things down than I am to then go open my phone or my computer and find an app. But it is a good app. You can put in your destination weight. And as you put in your foods every day, as you eat them, they'll tell you how many calories that you've used. It's been a while since I used it, but it was really a good tool. So that's my fitness app. And also, Weight Watchers has an online um, app that's not as expensive as being on Weight Watchers. I mean, they eat healthy, even though their focus is losing weight. That's the way to do it. Eat healthy. And so there's another way that's helpful is just get somebody with the same mindset. And that's kind of what we're doing here. If you have that mindset of, and the people that you are around are doing the same thing, you're more likely to get better results. So yeah, just having a food pal. And that's the premise of Weight Watchers, to have a group that has the same mindset of eating healthy. And so um, I have the scripture: whatever you do, whether you eat or drink, or whatever you do, do all to the glory of God. So that's my scripture. But I don't know if I can use my little tool. You know, I'm always trying to use my little tool. Let's see. So like I said, I left some things in let me see, in the file portion of the group, Live Your Legacy Today, where you can get the two things that I work my little finger to the bones for you guys. One of them is the uh, basic 4 health group. So, yep, trying to use my little tool here. And it has for you just a healthy eating plate. And I got that from Harvard. It's fine for me to use it, they say. So it's royalty free. So it just indicates the healthy foods. There's vegetables in the green, whole grains, fruits, healthy protein, and it has some tips and information about it. And near the bottom, it's more spelled out, maybe how many servings you might use. Just a guide. Make the most of your vegetables. Half your plate should be fruits and vegetables. Whole grains are important, and healthy protein. So, you can download that at any time. That's cool. I worked on it for you because sometimes it's better if you see something. So, yep, I have that. And also, I have a food tracker. And that is something just to help you journal your food. And a lot of times we're eating for emotional reasons. So this also gives you a chance to consider and think about why you're eating, what made you start eating. It also has a little uh, thing about water. We just talked about drinking that water. But how much water should you drink? We said about 8 glasses a day. That would be 4 of those 16.9-ounce bottles. So, yeah, you can write down your breakfast, your snack if you have one between lunch and breakfast, lunch, dinner, another snack if you have one. And I thought it was interesting as I was researching, and it asks that first question says, did you eat because you were hungry, or was it motivated by boredom, stress, or fatigue? And what worked for you during the day? So maybe you might just think about why you're eating and what you ate and how did it make you feel, and if there's any adjustments or changes for tomorrow. So that, I think, as you do that, you'll see patterns develop, uh, and you'll see what you're eating. And I noticed that when I start journaling, and a lot of things I could simply give up. It's not hard. You just slowly make different choices food choices. And you see how when you have to face it, it's really makes you change what you're doing, especially when you kind of see why. And it's kind of often emotional, where I said that affects your soul. So there you go. I have a couple of gifts for you. Go in the files and download it. And if you have any tricks or tips that has helped you, put them in the comments. I appreciate it. And so will the others that look at it as well. But, next time we'll talk a little bit about pampering, and then we'll go more into self-care for the soul. But you guys be blessed. Um, Eat healthy. Take care of yourself. That's one of the ways you take care of yourself, by eating healthy, because you'll see the difference in your attitude. You'll have more resilience because life comes in all kind of setbacks and forms, and we want to be resilient and be able to deal with anything that we come up against. Okay, you have a wonderful day. Blessings.